Hey everyone, John Michael Hoefling along with Tyree Smith here for another edition of Friday Night Frenzy. How about that new graphic?
I did like that. It was something we just saw.
Shout out to our graphics team right there. That was awesome.
Great.
You know, it's still early in the basketball season, but there are some things we know, or should I say, things we knew coming into the season. For example, we knew the St. Ignace girls team would be incredible. They have been thus far, right? So have the Menominee Maroons and the Westwood Patriot girls. All of those teams, great starts to the year. On the boys' side, we knew Iron Mountain was going to be impeccable, almost unstoppable.
Dominant.
And they haven't disappointed, would you say?
Have not at all.
Undefeated. But earlier tonight, they faced a tough test. The 4-1 Westwood Patriots. It's our featured game of the week. Let's get into it. Foster Wonders, as I said, undefeated Iron Mountain Mountaineers headed over to Westwood to take on Taylor Delangelo and the Patriots. The last time the Patriots played a team with Iron in their name, West Iron County, they were handed their first loss of the season. They were hoping to do the opposite tonight. Marcus Johnson, he's going to pull up for the deep two after driving in and got it. That was his first 2 points tonight. And he'd struggled a little bit after that. Went 0 for his next 7 shooting. On Westwood's end, Zachary Carlson, he's going to hit a deep two of his own. Westwood doing their best to stay in this one. It was back and forth. Neither team really able to pull away for about a quarter and a half. Petrie Antonio, he was getting in on the defensive end, the steal and the sprint down the court for the pair. But after that, the Patriots started to put together a strong offense. Delangelo to Carlson, who's going to give it right back to Delangelo, who pulls up from the elbow. And good. Very next Westwood possession, Ty Alderton. And he's 6'4", and he's using that height, working against Tony Fiera. Pulls up from the baseline, shooter's bounce. Westwood pulling to within 4 points right there, and they weren't done. After a rare Foster Wonders miss, the ball's loose. Who's going to come away with it? Number 1, Taylor Delangelo. Nothing but clear hardware in front, and he lays it in nicely. 6-point Iron Mountain lead at halftime, but after the half, the Mountaineers started to figure things out. They really used the offensive glass effectively. Marcus Johnson misses, but Ricky Brown right there to clean up the mess, turning garbage into gold right there. That's alchemy. And then, of course, Foster. Well, he wonders why we haven't shown any of him. Well, here you go. Wonders with the steal. Going back the other way, only Delangelo to beat. No dunk, but a smooth finger roll. They win by 12, 53-35. Westwood falls to 4-2 on the year. And taking a look at some other boys' scores from around the UP, in Crystal Falls, the Trojans were ferocious against the Cougars, winning by 20, 60-40, the final in that one.
Over in St. Ignace, Rogers City took home court advantage away, snatched it right out the air. The Saints can't grab the dub. They fall 36-28. But now we got some more basketball for you. The Model Towners were over in Gladstone for a 5-on-5. The Braves were trying to defend their home court while Gwen, this was their first road game in a while. Starting off in the first quarter, James Hardnick working in the post. 1 dribble, 2 dribble, go ahead, spin, pivot, finish, classic. That's some Tim Duncan stuff right there. He also draws the foul, will complete the 3-point play. 23 points on that night. Put the Model Towners up early. 5 minutes later, the Braves was snatched the lead on its own as Caden Arwalded in the corner with that nice one, nails one, Gladstone in front. But Gwen did their best to stay in it. They were physical and played hard, got loose balls, and they didn't give up on that play right there, knock it down the triple. However, it was a 10-point game and a half. Gladstone wasn't letting up at all. Great ball movement near the wing, gets it to Cam Ballard, and he would hit the long-range Mitchell. He was finished with 25 points. Ballard, fine game as Gladstone wins this one, 75-56.
Emeralds and Hematites, a couple of stones duking it out, trying to put the rock in the twine. So which gem would be shining after 4 quarters? We're going to start this one in the second half with Manistee down 4 and Skylar Anderson getting the ball to the post. Back to his defender, Ben Pruitt, fadeaway jumper. That's clean. Cleaner than my conscience when I donate to the Red Cross. Anderson finished for 21 points. Emeralds would be right next to the Hematites all game long, but Otto Swanson was great in transition, making Manistee sing a swan song. And then the 3-pointer moments later, automatic Otto Swanson. He bangs home a triple. This was close, but Otto Swanson would hit a game-winning free throw at the very end to win 49-48. And taking a look at some girls' scores now, the Broncos, Bark River Harris, were hosting the Wolves of Carnegie. In this battle of the hyphenated schools, the Wolves would be howling at the end of the night. It was close. Went into overtime, in fact, but Carnegie would snag the win 49-44.
And Engadine, the Eagles showed the detour how it's done in the UP. The double up their opponents, winning 46-23 in that one.
That was a real good win for the Eagles. And in a battle of the Eastern UP, the Panthers of Pickford went over to Brimley, and they did what they do best, win. They handed Brimley a 36-point loss, 60-24, the final there.
In Even Junction, the Rockets of Rapid River handled themselves nicely, beating the home team Cougars by a final of 53-29. Goodhurst led all scorers with 17 in the win for Rapid River.
She was taking off like a rocket right there.
I like it.
And in Manistee, the Emeralds and Miners were squaring off. Nagani would grab that game by a final of 59-21. Alyssa Hill, phenomenal performance in this game. 19 points for her in the Miner win.
And in Norway, the Knights just couldn't hold on to beat the Mustangs. This one went to overtime as Munising ekes out the 4-point victory, 50-46. Next, let's go on to our first dosage of Marquette visiting Kingsford on this windy evening, even though we're indoors. First, we start off in the first quarter where Chris Carlallo, doing his best Russell Westbrook impression, gets it in for the extension 2-pointer, the first points of the game. But still in the first, Marquette with the rebound, and Ty Lauderman goes ahead, gets the long pass from a teammate, and goes and gets it for 2. He was great in the paint tonight, but so was Kingsford as Michael Menguzzo with the lob, 2-shot, goes in to tie the game at 4 early on. Later on, it's the Redmonds miss. Flivers, they're going to come up right here. They're going to come up with the steal. Nick Norris speeds down the court like he's on a track, gets it in to go for 2. Redmond, they would do the same thing, though, on the next possession. Now they go ahead, Lauderman drills it, misses defenders. Doesn't matter if they're in his face, he gets it in. About a minute and 20 left in the first. Cole Braskett hitting baskets from the corner, knocks it down, but Marquette will come back to win this one, 75-51, the final. Girls, though, Kingsford is our second dosage, taking on the Marquette Redettes. Now, let's go ahead and pick things up in a second. Maria Maldado, she would get a pass across the court, gets it in, lays it in. She would extend Marquette's lead to 10. 2:40 left in the quarter. Flivers threatening to score, and Kate Cook gets the pass in the paint and just bullies her way to get the 2. Score is now 11-18 Marquette. Almost a minute left in the half, and Kingsford trying their best to pull the game closer and do that just like that. Allie Doolittle shot goes in for 2. Into the second half, Redettes starting off fast. Avery Kelly would miss the 3-pointer, but it's okay because Maria Mulatto would make up for it. Score is now 24-26 Marquette. Later in the third, Marquette trying to extend their lead even further. Maria Mulatto, I'm telling you, she guys had a night. 18 points entering the fourth. Cleaner than my plate at Thanksgiving, drains the 3. But Kingsford, they could shoot as well. As they go ahead, Brooke Kelgo gets the 3. In the end, Marquette will win this one on the road, 47-34, the final.
So the Redmen and Redettes, that might be changed soon as well. Don't want to get into the politics right now.
No.
They sweep Kingsford, they sweep the Flivers, and that's really good for Marquette.
Exactly. So we're looking at some more scores now. It's Powers versus Fletch and North Central versus North Dickinson. Fletch, they would get the edge as the Nordics beat the Jets by 20-55. 235.
55-35, good final there.
Exactly.
And in Rudyard, the Blue Devils made themselves at home. Sault Ste. Marie beats Rudyard 64-21.
Okay. And it's St. Ignace, the Saints. They were very saintly in this one. They handed Rogers City a bad loss, 70 points. Oh, that's not on the score yet, but that is the next score we're going to have for you. There we go. That's what I like to see. 70 points loss. St. Ignace won this one, 83-13. Tessa Shepard, 31 points, folks. She more than doubled up Rogers City on her own for the Saints. Great game for her.
Yeah, that's an understatement. And in Watersmeet, the Barraca Vikings handled themselves nicely, rowing that boat to the tune of their own horn, winning 70-23 on the road.
I like that. In Michigami, the Hawks couldn't hold their home court. Tough loss to Midpen. The Gals from Rock there, 72-32, the final there. No player and more than 20 points in that one. Surprising.
That is surprising. And in West Iron County, a nail-biter between the Wycons and Trojans, but it'd be the home team, Wycons, coming away with the dub, 36-34. Great game there. Mercedes Simmons, 17 points, 13 rebounds for the Trojans in the loss.
Interesting. Good one.
So we've talked a lot about basketball. Let's get into college hockey right now. The Seawolves of Alaska Anchorage, they made the trip to the Barrie Event Center to take on the Wildcats for some WCHA action, and it would be a good game. Early on, Seawolves goalie Chris Carlson turns away a close shot from Nick Volton, and we're about to see that right here. Take a look at that. Nice little misdirection there, but Luke Volton not getting that. A little later, Joseph Nardi gets the puck in the middle and gets the shot off, but Carlson turns it away once again. Wildcats, they would keep trying. Number 16, Griffin Loughran, brings it into the zone, drops it off for Andre Gantu, centers it to Nardi, finds Loughran on the backside, who just barely gets it in on the crazy angle. That's his 17th of the season, leading the team, as well as the WCHA. They are fearing number 16 right there. Wildcats up 1-0 halfway through the first. And only a few minutes later, the Seawolves, they would start to make some noise as well. They're on the power play. Taylor Lance spots a wide open Zach Nazareth on the backside. That's able to get a shot off, and he buries it in the back of the net. Ties the game up at 1 for quite a while in this one, but Northern, they would battle back in this one to win 4-1 and improve their win streak to 4 in a row. But, we're not just covering Northern Michigan. We are also covering Michigan Tech. There we go right there. And after Northern Michigan just swept Bowling Green, Michigan Tech unable to get the win on their home ice. They fall to the Falcons 3-2. So that was our second basketball Friday Night Frenzy of this young season. Still plenty more to come. We're going to have a lot of good stuff coming up on the weekend as well. Of course, we have the Packers game, who do you got in that one?
Seattle, man. I got to go Seattle. I'm sorry.
Our very own Dan Callahan has Green Bay, but we're just not feeling it, man. And, of course, if you want to catch the Wildcats take on the Seawolves for their second game of their doubleheader, that's, of course, going to be happening tomorrow. And a little treat for you guys. The Frozen 4 trophy will be in attendance at the Barrie Event Center. You can take pictures with it before or after the game, so might as well, right?
Exactly. Got to do
Get a
it.
picture with the trophy, one of the most coveted trophies in college sports, and maybe watch the Wildcats get their 5th win in a row.
Exactly.
That'd be an extra treat.
Definitely.
So, thank you for joining us on ABC 10 News Now. Thank you for joining us on Friday Night Frenzy. For the latest news, weather, and sports, check out our website, abc10up.com.